humanity and the nations of the world. Today is the 3rd of August 2017. The time now is 11:07 a.m. 11:07 a.m. Blessed ones of the nations of the world. This is the very grounds on which we stood in the month of January 2017 and entrusted His Excellency Donald Trump and the Republican Party with the mandate. Humanity, it was this grounds that was covered with beautiful grass that we all gathered. Humanity and the nations of the world, after 7 months of entrusting Donald Trump with a mandate, it was necessary for God to bring me down this day, the 3rd of August 2017, to see which account that Donald Trump and the Republican Party can have to give, which account they have to give for the mandate we entrusted them. And let's see, we see these grounds that were beautifully covered with grass. Look at the very far end. We still have some grass over there. After 7 months of Donald Trump and the Republican Party being in office, this is the account that they have to offer. That even the grass that covered the grounds on which we stood is damaged, and after 7 months of entrusting them with a mandate, the grass is still not cultivated. This is what they have to offer. Humanity and the nations of the world. God is a God of accountability. He entrusts Adam and Eve with the garden of Eden. After a while, God came to the scene to see what Adam and Eve have done with a mandate and a charge that He entrusted them with. And it was a total disappointment and a total mess. Humanity and the nations of the world, there is nothing new under the sun. Isn't it beautiful how we have grass nicely covering this portion of the grounds on which we stood to entrust Donald Trump with the mandate? Isn't it beautiful as we see a few trees standing on the beautiful grass as we see humanity and the nations of the world It is the same God that entrusted Adam and Eve with a mandate of keeping the garden, and they woefully failed. It is the same God that has entrusted yourself and I with life and the keeping, the preparing of this world for his keeps. And he has told us that we should occupy upon this earth, preserve life, prepare the earth, and keep it. For he shall surely come back again, just like it was in the days of Adam and Eve, for a time of accountability regarding what we have done with the mandate he has entrusted us upon the earth. Humanity and the nations of the world, after the 7th month, God has brought me down to the same grounds that we stood to entrust Donald Trump with a mandate and the Republican Party and blessed ones of the nations of the world on this 3rd of August 2017. It is obvious to humanity as even the grass on the ground on which we stood to entrust the mandate could not be kept. Dignified ones of the nations of the world, this is to tell us that irresponsibility and irresponsible governance is both a democratic and a republican thing. Humanity, I say it again, that it is clear on this mission of accountability that irresponsibility and irresponsible governance in America is a Democratic Party and a Republican Party thing. There is nothing new under the sun. Therefore, we should never be surprised as to how the same irresponsible governance of Barack Obama, 8 years of irresponsibility, 8 years of irresponsible world leadership, which was passed on as a heritage to Donald Trump, is the same irresponsibility and irresponsible governance, irresponsible world leadership is what we have continued to see under Donald Trump, just like we saw under Barack Obama. So humanity and the nations of the world, America, it is certain irresponsible leadership and irresponsible governance is both a democratic and a republican thing. There is nothing new under the sun. Your Excellency Donald Trump, this is the African who stood with Barack Obama to the establishing of his throne. The same African that God used to stand with you to the establishing of your throne. On this day, the 3rd of August 2017, it was a must that God brings me down on accountability mission to see what you have done with a mandate entrusted to you. And like Adam and Eve, like Barack Obama, like the Democratic Party, like the Republican Party, there is nothing new under the sun. But irresponsible governance and irresponsible world leadership. Your Excellency Donald Trump, this is Joseph of Africa, Osei Yaosakodi, the father of Elizabeth and Grace, the man that Barack Obama for 8 years wasted their mandate to hate, to lynch, to kidnap, and to seek to destroy, but failed. It is that same African that you have wasted your 7 months to hate, to seek to kill, and to destroy. And have sought to steal his God-given gift of life. Your Excellency Donald Trump, America, humanity, and the nations of the world. I came. I saw. I am living. Blessed ones, there is nothing new under the sun. Like the Democrats, like the Republicans. Irresponsibility and irresponsible governance. America is a thing that is a heritage of both the Republican Party and the Democratic Party. God would not watch on for this irresponsibility forever. All men are created equal. You have lynched my soldier to cover up crimes against humanity. But blessed ones of the nations of the world, the moment is here and now, finally, that we declare to both the Republican Party and the Democratic Party, Barack Obama and Donald Trump, that they understand that there is a reason why the fathers of America, the mothers of America, the fathers and mothers of old instituted the Constitution and the U.S. Declaration of Independence. All men are created equal. Hatred, which has now taken hold of America, and the killing of the innocent based on religious hatred and based on nationality, should have no place in the human world. Your Excellency Donald Trump, this is the African. Obama committed himself to get me lynched to cover up crimes against humanity. He woefully failed. You sought for 7 months to seek to destroy me, to give my innocent children over as the reward for crimes against humanity. Just like Obama used 8 years to do. Eventually, Donald Trump, it was the lynching of my innocent soldier, Major Maxwell Adam Mahama, on the soil of Ghana on May the 29th, 2012, by the new terrorist raised by Barack Obama and Adodanko Akufo-Addo, who hid in the Sam's Club company. And with the new terrorist that you set over me, Frank Efema, Sister Anu, and Mr. Edward, hid in America, orchestrated the lynching of my soldier and lynched him. Your Excellency, this is my reward for standing with you. Donald Trump, this is the reward of humanity for entrusting us with the mandate. Humanity, as we see, 7 months has been wasted in irresponsible governance and in hatred to seek to destroy this African that crimes against humanity be covered. But humanity, we announced to Barack Obama, Donald Trump, the former UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, that humanity lives in the 21st century. And therefore, the irresponsibility of Barack Obama and Ban Ki-moon in their willful destruction of democracy, in their willful attempt to murder an African, to cover up crimes against humanity, which has been passed on as a heritage to Donald Trump, to zealously and unwisely, without prudence, continue to pursue, to hate, to seek to destroy the African. That is, 2 innocent children be made their reward for crimes, has no place in the human world. And as surely as God lives, we demand the return of the 2 innocent children of the African, Elizabeth and Grace. We demand the return of the 2 innocent children. That is the only way to peace. I want to declare to Donald Trump, Barack Obama and Ban Ki-moon that crimes have been committed against humanity. And there is no way that Emmanuel Bafo of New Jersey, 225 Duncan Avenue, Jersey City, can help Donald Trump, Barack Obama, or Ban Ki-moon. My father's gratuity, stolen by Mr. Emmanuel Bafo, the CIA demon, must be returned. My money stolen by the daughter of Emmanuel Bafo, Peggy Bafo, must be returned. And total justice must be ensured in the Sam's Club total irresponsibility. Your Excellency Donald Trump, Barack Obama, Ban Ki-moon, my family members cannot help you to cover up crimes against humanity if God has already decided and would not help you in the crimes against humanity, because all men are created equal. Humanity and the nations of the world. It is finished. We have nothing to tell Barack Obama, Ban Ki-moon, Donald Trump for the reward that we have received of them. We have only one thing to tell them, that all men are created equal. Ban Ki-moon, all men are created equal. Barack Obama, all men are created equal. Donald Trump, all men are created equal. And the European too, the Asian too, the Australian too, all of the American continent too, and the African too. Humanity and the nations of the world. This is Osei Yaosakodie, the father of Elizabeth and Grace. On the behalf of humanity and the nations of the world, having been on this accountability